Mark Point, an experienced carver, continues hollowing out the traditional cedar canoe.
We've been cutting at it for 3 weeks now, and we've got the sides shaped approximately where we want them. We've got the bottom shaped. Where it sits, as it sits, the bottom is sitting up, and the next step for us to work on here is to do the electric plane work. We have big electric planes, and we need about 4 or 5 days to smooth it out, to give it its shape. Here at the canoe site today at Portrait Portland, as you can see in the background, we're in the process of taking out the center part of the canoe. We call it digging it out. Okay. We're now working on the third layer of this process, and within a day or two we should have that completed. Once we have that part of it completed, we'll be repairing the ends. We're at the stern end of the canoe. We have a crack that goes sort of diagonal across the back end, and we're going to have to do some really extreme patching on this end. And what we have is you can see the angle of the cut, and that puts the flare, it's the beginning of the flare that we put into the canoe. And all of this is done by design. If you look really close, you can see the red markings on the canoe. We have a level line that we put on the log when it's still a full log. We establish where and how the canoe is going to sit on the ground, and we do that at both ends so that that line never changes. And the far end, which is the bow, will need some repair work so that we can mount the head on it, and we should be moving along fairly quickly on it after this part is done. Okay, now that we've got a little bit of wood out of the canoe, we can see the problem that we have a little bit more clear. We have a large section of rot on the bow part of the canoe. We're going to have to come back and cut it off here, and we're lucky that we have a small section of solid wood, and we're going to chalk line a straight line right from the front of the canoe back to about almost where you're at, and take all of that off. And we're going to use this wood that's stacked up here as the replacement wood that we're going to glue into place. We're fairly happy with the progress to date, and it's starting to look pretty good. We will be transporting the canoe to our place in Chilliwack to do the repair work that's going to be needed on both ends.
Next week, join us as Mark begins to repair the rotted ends of the cedar canoe.